Hi, I'm Tim Rice, and you probably know that I'm all about teaching psychology to Christian students from a Christian perspective before they head off to college. But today I want to address a question that I'm often asked, and that's, can I or should I teach psychology to my middle school student? And I say, no, not yet. I know that every year, tens of thousands of students start taking college classes, and introductory psychology is one of the first classes that they take. And it's interesting and it's good that students want to study the wonders of the human mind. It's God's grandest creation. But at the worldview level, psychology is risky. I've said before that psychology is one of the most worldview challenging classes homeschoolers will take in college. And that's why I believe that every student should take psychology before going to college. We need to equip them to recognize the worldview assumptions underlying psychology's modern theories and schools of thought. But it should be one of the last classes that students take. The content's not difficult, but the worldview issues, the worldview battles are real. Psychology professors may ridicule the Christian worldview. That doesn't mean that we can't prepare middle school students, can't begin to prepare them. And we do that by giving them a firm foundation in the meat of the Christian worldview. What's important is that your middle schooler becomes a first-rate apologist, well-versed in the Christian worldview, with an emphasis on understanding what the Bible says about human nature. They need to understand what the Bible says about the human condition, our origin, our future. We prepare students to take psychology someday when we introduce them today to biblical anthropology, a biblical doctrine of man, a biblical perspective on human nature. Then when exposed to evolution and humanism and naturalism underneath psychology's theories, they're ready. They have a firm foundation in the biblical anthropology. When we do that, we're in a sense teaching psychology. That's why I think they should wrestle with questions like, what does it mean to be fearfully and wonderfully made? What does it mean to be made from the dust of the earth? In what ways are we made in the image and likeness of God? What does it mean to be fallen? And what are the effects of sin on us? How are we changed by God's grace? Make them read the writing of great Christian thinkers and writers. They're already probably C.S. Lewis fans. Start in Narnia, but make sure they go further up and further in until we have Faces and the Space Trilogy and others. Make sure they've read Dostoevsky and Tolkien and Chesterton and MacDonald and Eliot. Students who are ready to study psychology understand the principles of Christian living and practice living with maturity. So there's a good chance that some middle schooler out there this year will major in psychology someday. They're thinking about careers in a helping profession as a Christian counselor, social worker. But instead of giving them a head start, take it slow and do the most important things first.